Coming at you live from a shady Manhattan studio, it's Disgraceful, featuring your gracious ginger host.
Hey, watch yourself. Only I can say that.
Okay, boss, whatever you say. You pay my bills. Give it up for Grace O'Malley.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Disgraceful. I am here with stand-up comedian, actress, podcast host, and survivor of Semester at Sea. Our special, A Different Animal, is out now. Give it up for Iliza Shlesinger.
Thank you for including podcast host. Lest we forget, I also have a podcast.
Yeah, no, everyone's got one. I'm a little late to the game.
I didn't realize I had to promote mine so much. I've had one since like 2015.
That was when it was like the best time to get in, though,
I was in, and my producer's always like, tell people you have a podcast. I was like, oh yeah, I have a podcast.
And I go, yeah, no, I've got a podcast, and then I have to promote it for some reason.
It's like mentioning you're lactose intolerant. You're like, yeah, and also here's this annoying thing I do.
Yeah, like any problems at the table? I'm nervous. Can you tell? I'm just rambling.
Don't be nervous.
I am. I really look up to you. All right, let's get into the interview.
Let's talk about that. Don't ask me about Semester at Sea. None of these 5-year-olds watching this know what that is.
I have a funny little tidbit of so I'm friends with Whitney, and she set me up to do stand-up one night because I had met her on a podcast, and I told her I wanted to get into stand-up. She was like, how about getting into it right now tonight? And so she set me up to do a show at the Ice House.
One is an Omarion song, and one that reference doesn't play in this room.
Shit.
One is a comedy club. Oldest comedy club.
Really?
It was in the state, or it's in America. It used to be a literal house where you would get ice. Like they would store their ice there.
No way.
That's why it's called. That's not because of the audience, which is always warm.
So I went up right before you, and I bombed like shit. It was shotgun.
When was this?
Last February.
Do you think Whitney sent you knowing I was up first? No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. But it was last February?
Yeah, you were about to have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like, I think you had the baby the next week.
That's the club I played the night before I went to the hospital. I was like, how do I want to go out?
Yeah, it was exactly. I was like, gee,
she's
gonna bust.
I love that. Yeah. And we had him. He's great. Yeah. It all worked out okay.
And you've got the perfect American family. You got a boy and a girl.
That's right. This is the only way to have a family.
Yeah.
What I've done. Wait, so you've been doing stand-up a year?
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's been good, you know. I did it on and off for like 5 years, but I wanted to get into it like full time, and that was my intro. It was tough to watch everybody do so great there and then just bomb like ass.
I feel that way about my career in general.
It was just
like
so
watching people.
I was like,
I guess I'll be at the Ice House. No, but you know what? Every time you don't do well, it contributes to you doing better next time. And even though you might bomb next time, like you become bulletproof. Like, call me when you've done a corporate gig for a bunch of billionaires at a hotel in Miami where no one wants to laugh at you for an hour.
Ooh.
Like, I left invincible the next day.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not afraid of any crowd.
So can you fuck with them if you're doing a corporate?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you just grab the richest guy there and just rip on him and be like, how many young girls do you like to fuck, you loser? And they're like, he loves him so much. Like,
well, you nailed it. How'd you know?
Rich conservatives, you can say anything. And they're like, we have so much money, it doesn't matter.
They just eat it up.
It was a great gig.
That's kind of awesome.
I made so much money.
That's wild. So how often do you get like those presented to you?
I don't know. That's like, they're like peppered throughout the year.
Yeah.
You know, I don't love to do things that I don't love to do. I don't like to put myself in situations where I'm going to be challenged in a way that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But, you know, you take these gigs and the check clears and you always leave knowing just a little bit more about humanity.
I always wonder like people with like those NFT parties they would have. I feel like those checks never cleared.
For like an NFT?
Yeah.
Do they have
those
checks?
kinds of
Isn't that the whole
parties.
idea behind an NFT is that there's no paper?
Yeah, no, I just feel like the people who own those companies, they threw these like big extravagant parties and now no one's even heard from them.
I always, for sure.
Yeah.
They're poor now.
Yeah.
But like,
They've
I feel
lost
like
it all.
finance bros, I've never not gotten paid. Like that's never been an issue. And if I ever booked a gig myself, I'm like, you give me half now, and I get the second half the second I walk off stage.
You're like mob.
I get super mob about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you got to pay me in cash. I do not want a check or a Venmo.
Don't fuck with me.
Cash in my hands so I can get in my car and go back to my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's mama mobster.
Yeah, I drive my Kia around town.
Just
switching 4
collecting.
lanes. Oh yeah.
You have a BB gun, no real gun.
I have a real gun.
You have a real gun?
No.
Oh,
But you
it's
did buy
California.
it for a second.
Yeah, I did.
You're from the East Coast. I just heard it. I just heard it.
It's it comes out on camera and when I don't know who I am. I'm Boston actually.
Fuck, and you know what? I went to school in Boston, and I've played a Bostonian, and I should have heard it, but you don't really have you have the vibe, not the accent.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The vibe of Boston?
Yeah, it's like an East Coast vibe. It's just like real casual.
Yeah, oh thanks. I am wicked casual right now.
Wicked casual. Yeah. Do you get drunk and that's when it comes out?
Yeah, big time.
That's what people say.
And right now, surprisingly, I'm not drunk, so that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why you're not really getting full Boston right now.
I'm half cocked on some NyQuil.
Hell yeah.
But my Boston accent comes out when I'm drunk, and I'm not even from there. I'm like, who wants to hear it? I didn't do it just now.
It's like a little, you're on a little lean right now.
A little bit.
You're like a rapper.
Yo, when I take if I'm sick and I take some Robitussin because I'm legitimately sick.
Yeah.
I get in bed and I just open the internet and I'm just like, I get it. Like here's some thoughts on everything.
Hey boys, I understand.
Hey guys,
I could rap.
I've thought that. I've written it down. I'm like, could I? It's actually very hard.
You think so?
I think rapping. Off the cuff. Is incredibly try
That's
it.
really hard. No,
yeah.
I won't. I won't try that.
Do it.
I'm not being very yes and. All right. Hey everybody. It's no.
Oh, no, don't do it. This is your show.
No, this is terrible.
But I appreciate you saying you're not being very yes and.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, Google it.
You rap.
I rap. I listen to a lot of rap.
Rap right now.
I do it right now, just knock off someone's rap.
It's insane.
And the Ferrari and Jaguar switching 4 lanes. That's because I said switching 4 lanes earlier, and I was like, oh, cool, Jermaine Dupri, super topical. Kill me.
Well, okay, so on this show, I've been auditioning each guest to be my new co-host as like a little play, a little interview action. And so I'm just going to ask you a series of questions to see if you'd be a great fit for the show.
Okay.
All right. In your new Amazon Prime special, you discuss the nuances of Gen Z and millennials. As potential Gen Z and millennial co-hosts, what do you think our generations would find common ground on?
Are you the millennial and I'm the Gen Z?
Yes.
I put on so much moisturizer. I think we find common ground on. It's amazing you let your sidekick talk this much. Good for you. Yeah, co-host. You mean co-host or sidekick? You said co-host, right?
Co-host. I was going to say sidekick.
I feel like every comic we say co-host, we really mean and you go after me.
Oh, shit.
I love it. I think Gen Z and millennials, Gen Z teed up a lot of the things that millennials have solidified, which it would be impossible for you guys, and you do it anyway, to ignore the groundwork that we did lay. But I think we could all get on board with being annoyed at social issues. I think you guys are we're just tired and older, and we understand things like tax brackets and responsibility. But you guys have the energy and the chutzpah and the rage behind it. So I think coming together on things that make us angry. Whereas we're just I guess I'll just get thinner. And you're like, no, body positivity. In your face. And if you don't like body positivity, you're canceled. Totally body positivity.
That is true. I think, coming together on common grounds of being upset. I think that's great.
Being upset?
Yeah.
I think everything.
Issues,
Yeah. I guess
changing the world.
Yeah, but how do you do it?
I don't know.
Because it's not just getting angry online.
Yeah, no. But you got to get fired up.
I think being angry about it. Because we're not our parents yet, so we're at a place where I'm still yeah, you know what? I will sign a petition. A petition.
Dude, I tried to start a petition. I wanted to bring Domino's Pizza back at my elementary school. And I was in 4th grade. I got up early and made a bunch of lines.
Where'd it go?
A bunch of kids told me to take it off.
What do you mean?
They said, take my name off, Dad. I don't want to get in trouble. I said, no, we'll stick it up to the man.
Yeah, but wait. Pizza back, meaning they used to do your school
we
lunches?
We used to do Domino's Pizza every Friday, and then they got rid of it. And I was like, nah, let's bring this back.
They took you a pizza party?
Yeah, they took our pizza party. What the fuck?
Did you earn it? Because that's very Gen Z to be like, you took it from us, you can't take what you gave us.
No, I think Michelle came in.
Obama?
Yeah, and she changed the foods.
She made them
better. She made them better.
You wanted it back. You wanted it on Friday. Everybody got it on Friday, or it was a treat?
No, everybody got it on Friday. That was routine.
Maybe Domino's was tired of subsidizing the required meals at a public school. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
it's a public
I'd
school.
say so. Of course, yeah.
It's either that or a private Catholic school. I'm gonna go on a limb here. You know what though? You did. You stood up.
Yeah, I tried.
You're the Martin Luther of your generation.
I would say so.
Yeah,
I definitely would.
You just nailed that doctrine to the principal's office wall. Yeah,
100%.
I love that. Okay,
that was good stuff. You ever start an uproar at your school?
Not at school, but in general.
Yeah.
I find every time I open my mouth, someone's getting real pissed off. So.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing. What's the worst comment you've ever received off the top of your head?
You know what? I wish I know that the pithy female comic thing is to be like, they told me I was disgusting and I loved it. I stopped reading the comments. I've done enough of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like take your pick. Like whatever you are, they're gonna come for that. So
yeah, that's true.
It's honestly, even though they're hurtful, they're never based in a deep reality. It's based on an observation. Like, I hate her. And you're like, well, that's not my favorite thing to hear, but like, you just don't know any better.
And that's literally just your opinion, and your opinion sucks.
And your opinion sucks. And you go to their page, and it's always like, choose life, family therapist, Ottawa,
Faith,
Canada.
Believe, I love my daughter, Faith.
And you're just like, okay, does your mom know that you're a fucking bitch?
Does
Does your daughter know that you're a gargoyle?
And your mother.
And your mother.
I always have dads of like 2 young girls being like, this piece of trash.
Look at that ass.
I'm like, oh, no, never.
we get
they,
different
never they
comments.
never objectify me. I don't really give that.
Once you hit 1 million on
Yeah.
Instagram, I looked at your thing. Once you get there, then they're just gonna start rolling in, and they say obscene things.
Well, no, I never wear like low cut shirts. This is
What?
new. It's summertime. And so I've busted these boobies out,
got
and
to.
people can't believe it. They're like, "What's going on?" So now I'm having guys. Are you staring at my tits?
She's like, I can look at my own. Thanks.
No, but now that I've portrayed these online, now I'm starting to get
Portrayed them?
objectified. Yeah, well,
Like
you
a
know.
version of.
It's like, yeah, it's a little this, little that, left and right.
You know, the annoying thing is I used to have very, very big boobs, and I've, breastfed 2 children, so who knows? But when I was younger, it's this thing where if you have big naturals, society cannot handle it.
No.
Women think you always look slutty,
Yeah.
and men are always like, those gotta be fake. I'm like, does anyone have real tits to you? Like, someone had to have had real tits at some point for you to base your fetish off of. So it's whatever, and you have to actually have them out, because if you cover big boobs, you
Yeah.
look like a linebacker.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and I got that a lot.
Do you feel that way about blazers? Like, I won't wear a blazer.
I can't wear a blazer.
That's right.
Well, because then the butch community is like, we knew you were one of us.
Should a blazer?
Yeah.
It belongs to them.
It is theirs.
Yeah,
so.
don't appropriate.
I loved in your special, you were like, that was for the lesbians. They love a good punchline.
They do. They love good joke structure.
It was really good.
They're in there. And you know what? They're not the loudest part of your audience, but they are there for a good
locked
time.
in, though.
They in conversation too.
Yeah.
You ever get in like a serious conversation with a lesbian? It is eye piercing.
It's locked in.
It's locked in.
And when you think nobody's listening, they'll give you a, hey, I
They
hear
touch.
you. I hear you.
There's one in my life. It's a lot of shoulder grabbing. Like, how
Yeah.
are you? And I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck you and cry in a shower. Like, we do not have to bond over shared trauma. Like, we can just do these sets and we can go.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't need a trap shoulder rub. Like, we're good.
It was like, it's all right. We're going to be all right. Thank you for hearing me.
But when you want to get into it, a lesbian will.
Oh, it's the perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh yeah,
It's true.
My
It
best
is
friend
true.
is gay, and we call each other, and I'll just be like, I just need to talk to you about how much I hate this person you don't know, and she's like, let's hear it. Like we just fight to the death for each other.
All right, next question. As potential co-host, I know you'll understand that scheduling can be tough. All right. What type of friend are you when planning?
I am the planner, but I love someone else who's a planner.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a control thing. I just do it because I think most people have bad taste and are dumb. And I'm talking about my friends. But I will plan it. However, because I've lived in LA for so long,
Yeah.
and I'm older than you, I fully understand people who flake, and I understand why, and I don't give shit. Not a shit. Like, I don't give you any shit. Like, I do my sets almost every night, and my friends will come. And I have one friend who will always overexplain. She'll be like, hey, I'm just not. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, you don't have to get into
I'm
it.
going anyway. This is not like a seated dinner where I paid for your ticket.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big believer in, like, there's a reason they canceled. It's not like, we're fine.
Yeah.
You can cancel me. I was going.
The more you lie and make up a story, well, the more you make up a story, the more I know you're lying.
Well, I'm a big liar.
You're a big
I
liar. Are you
yeah.
good at it, though?
I'm a big, like, little white lie just to spare someone's feelings who I feel like might be not that smart. Like, people are not intellectually, like, emotionally intelligent sometimes. And so sometimes if you can just make the tiniest lie that makes them feel better and you get what you want, like, no harm, no foul.
I think that's totally fair. I think we're just looking out for feelings with that. Next question. If we take the podcast on the road, I need to know, what is your travel style? Do you have any non-negotiables?
No, I need to know your travel style. Because if you're my co-host, like, I will leave you at baggage claim.
You can, because you will have to.
You check a bag?
I check a bag. I'm
Grace,
all over the place.
I get the vibe. It's like, oh, I'm a hot mess. This is so fun. This is so marketable. Save it for the stage. You get one carry-on and you roll everything and you never check a bag
Okay.
because you will never get it back.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And if you're doing multiple cities, you don't have time to go shopping for clothes in between. Playing multiple cities, you're on like a run.
Yeah.
You don't have time to wait. You don't want to spend 1 extra minute in that fucking airport.
No. I'm spending a lot of time in these airports, actually.
What airline do you fly?
I'm going to go Delta.
You got to go Delta, Southern Airline, but it is the best. And you got your miles.
I got my miles.
See, these are things that like no one told me until like a little bit later.
It's really important to know.
It's so important to get those miles, have your preferred hotel chain that you stay at. I am run and gun. I am a very fast traveler. My greatest medal of honor is that while pregnant with my daughter and my husband, I did a month on tour in Europe.
Oh, shit.
Never checked a bag. I had one bag and a backpack.
With a tiny little child as
She had her own bag, and we had a nanny.
And you were pregnant.
But we all moved together, and I was like, no one gets to check a bag. I don't care.
Wow.
Because
you're on a tight ship.
I'm a big fan of like, let's get out of here so I can go do nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's my style.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So what do you do on the road?
Oh, it's out of control.
Is it?
Yeah, it's out of control. I always forget everything. And then I go to Target.
You gotta go to
I
Target.
get whatever they have at Target, and that's what I wear on stage. Right now, Target.
It's kind of exotic. You go to a Target in another city, you're like, what do you guys have?
Oh, it's awesome. They have the best stuff, and they don't even know it.
It's the same stuff.
In New York, we don't even have any clothes.
Yeah, you don't
our
have. It's not
Targets.
accessible. You don't have like big retailers like that. There's no. You got to
It's
go to
like-
like Jamaica.
It's like a grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's wild.
it is tough. There is like the fun of like, what else does everyone else have?
I
But
know.
you got to dial it in.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're a comic, so you have the whole day minus 1 hour
Yeah.
to just be a shit show.
What do you do in your off time? Anything?
On the road,
Yeah.
I love doing Pilates, which is an annoying answer, but it's the truth.
Oh,
And
I can't do that.
You could do that.
My leg will crack.
Just I'm like, where'd it go?
My knees are cracking. It's
Call
bad.
911. Mine cracked. That's okay. That's healthy. I do that. We try to do something local, like if there's a dope museum or like a cool thing to walk around.
Yeah.
But as annoying as it is, I usually take that time during the day to work on other stuff in like a quiet room.
Smart.
And I love to visit coffee shops. It's like a passion of mine.
Coffee shops are great. I love a good coffee shop.
I do too. I'm very serious about it.
I'm serious. I found one with a flight. You could try a bunch of different.
We love a flight,
I love a flight.
but I will say, especially when I go back to Boston, I just get Dunkin' Donuts because I love
That's
it.
my girl.
I really love
That's
it.
my girl.
I did a show at TD Garden and they did a whole Party Goblin Dunkin' Donuts
Oh, fuck
thing.
yeah.
And I announced that I was having a boy and they had little blue donuts.
Oh, it's awesome.
And so they're forever in my heart because of that.
That is great. I love that.
Dunkin'.
Dunkin's good people. You should be in a Dunk Kings commercial.
I would move over Ben Affleck.
Oh, not too much, my boy. All right. that's my god.
I'm going to have to hurt you.
We lost Brady, so that's kind of my guy. Oh, and then what's a story that you wanted to tell on like a talk show or a late night show, and you couldn't because it wasn't PG enough?
Oh,
Did you have any of those?
It's like I'm getting asked like on so many talk shows, and I'm like, I have so many stories. That's a tough one. I don't know.
Because they try to censor you. Like you on the Today Show, you can't. You have to be like, "Hello, good morning," and is your coffee still delicious, Tyann?
Right. Nobody knows that when I was on the Today Show a month ago, I was coming down off of having done Molly on my birthday, and I did
No
not take a
shit.
5-HTP. So I was like down, just like, yo, yes. Just like, it was so rough. And you have to like put it on and be so excited.
Wait,
but
so you
like,
did the night before?
it was a couple nights before it was my birthday. I had a rave for my birthday.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
It was dope.
Where'd
And
you have that in LA?
I had it at Spotlight.
Hell yeah.
The Spotlight, and so we like had it for like several hours, and we had a theme color. Everybody came out, and it was so much fun. And I just was not aware. I didn't know about like the aftercare, and it was a rough week.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough to come back from Molly sometimes.
Yeah, there's no place in the world sadder to cry than in a car in Midtown.
I'll tell you that.
It's the worst.
It's brutal.
It's like there's nothing even fun around here.
And then you know to have the 5-HTP.
I didn't.
You didn't have it.
I was just feeling really bad, and I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, I just feel like so bad about my special's coming out, and I just feel like such a loser, and I feel so bad about myself. And he's like, you don't think it's because you did a lot of Molly on your birthday and then did nothing? And I'm like drinking an orange juice out of the hotel refrigerator. I'm like, maybe this will do it. Like, I messed up.
It's so you do it on Saturday, and actually the worst day is if you do it on a Saturday. It's Tuesday. When was your interview?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look back at that, but it was definitely.
It's usually
felt great
because it skips like you have like an afterglow on Sunday.
I did have the afterglow.
Yeah.
I saw the other people that I had done it with at an inappropriate kids party, and I was like, you guys, the next time we go out, let's get more. Let's do it now. Oh my God, one love.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just now like getting my chemicals back to where they should
Yeah,
be.
it takes a little bit, Ski. All right,
I
good to
expected better
know.
from myself. It's humbling.
This next segment's called In the Green Room. This is where we get to know you a little bit. We dive on in. I want to play a little rapid fire game with you. And when I say something on the list of random topics, you respond the first thing that comes to your head. Ready?
Okay.
Pink hair.
Oh, I hate my answer. It was pink. Because I saw a clip of her online last night, and so she's been in my head like,
Pink the woman.
Yeah.
Okay, Pink the woman. I thought you were just repeating things.
What if
You
that's
say
just a
pink, I say
gaslight you?
hair.
Pink. Right back at you. Catch this.
Like, oh wow. Showing a little crack.
Showing a little crack?
Yeah.
You, right now.
Ayo.
In the front.
In the front crack.
Front crack. Cleavage crack.
Gold flakes on food.
Oh, Dubai food influencers.
Furries.
Oh, smelly sexual experience.
BuzzFeed quizzes.
Oh, millennial journalism.
Earth Cafe.
Oh, that smoked salmon salad. I love it.
Country music.
Love it. That's such a lame answer. Over appropriated.
What do you mean?
Here's what I mean. First of all, the term y'all, it's ours. It's for people from the South. It's for people from Texas. You got a whole generation of people like, y'all don't even know about this. I'm like, you're from Vermont. Like, you can't, like, what are you fucking doing? Like, let me put y'all onto this.
That's
like,
actually,
where did you get that?
That's one of my things. They asked, like, when running these accounts, like, what's something we shouldn't say? Like, what's something that you would never say? And I said, y'all.
Yeah, that's fair.
I keep y'all out. We say you guys.
And that's fine.
Yeah, that's my
it's
people.
It's this like internet speak, and then like people get on the internet too much, and they all start to sound alike. And as a fan of country music, I've watched people like, we're going to Stagecoach. I'm like, really? Like, did you have a Trace Atkins album? Like, I don't think so. So, like, did the Dixie Chicks mom teach your English class? Because she did mine.
Is that true?
Yeah, and
Wow.
so, well, she was in my high school, but she wasn't mine.
That's wild.
So it just kind of feels like that thing that you felt was sacred that people are now just like trying on as a personality.
Yeah, I mean, I could have sworn a lot of the people I saw go to Stagecoach, they were saying months ago, fuck country music, like, you know, trying to fit in
It's
for
super
whatever
fickle.
it is.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they're wearing the same chaps to Coachella. And I was like, yeah, they just.
That too as
put the
well,
glitter
yeah.
on.
You know.
But yeah, so that's my take. But, you know, love what you love.
What's your favorite country artist?
Oh, I'm like case by case song person. But I do like the sound of John Party's voice for whatever that's worth.
I don't
I know.
particularly know who that
That's
is.
okay.
I'm sorry. And that concludes that game. All right, so you're getting ready for your tour.
No, it just ended.
Oh, my apologies.
It just ended last week
I'm
in
gonna
New Zealand.
fucking kill myself.
No, not over that, but something else.
Yeah, I think maybe there's other things going on. So did you already went to Estonia?
Nope. But I mean, it's in September, so I guess in a way we're
gearing
always
up.
getting ready.
You're always gearing up. So
Sure.
this is Estonia, Poland,
We're staying ready.
Slovenia.
Slovenia. I wanted to do an Eastern Europe tour, and it's taken a few years to find the time and put it together. And a few years ago, I was on tour, and I was in Finland. And I think it was Finland, these two girls came up to me, and like they just look like cool girls you would be friends with, right?
Yeah.
And they made me this dope card, and they made me do this like cool pose, and they were just like cool chicks.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're from Estonia. And I was like, oh, like you think of Eastern Europe. I'm like, where's your like babushka? Like, why isn't it like
Yeah.
gray and sad? Estonia considers itself Northern Europe. Like they
Okay.
think of themselves as mixed in with like Sweden and Norway and all this because they're right up there. And they were like, you should come. And I was like, oh my God, if girls like that exist there, then I should, like, there's got to be more of you.
Yeah, of course.
So I put this, and so it's like Romania and like Latvia. Bulgaria. I know they export a lot of wheat. That's my opening joke. That's all I got. And so we're putting it together.
So all right. So which one are you most stoked to go to? It sounds like Estonia, maybe.
I am excited to see Romania.
Romania.
Because I was Googling it because I was just like, I don't know the difference. Like,
Yeah.
why would you, right? That is where all of your notions about like Dracula, that's where his castle was. The character Count Dracula, like based on that.
Yeah.
And that sort of, we say Eastern European, Austro-Hungarian Empire type architecture that's very like evil looking, like Disney castle evil. Like
yeah.
all the things that we think about that, like those kind of fairy tales come from there.
Yeah.
So when you look at it all, you're like, oh, this is why I think that about these places.
Oh shit.
So I'm excited to see it because I think it's going to be beautiful in a way, in the kind of architectural way you don't get to see in other countries.
Yeah, like really well like made, like cathedral Gothic.
But weirder looking, like not your everyday Catholic cathedral you'd see in like Italy.
Yeah,
like
this is a little different.
The farther east you get, the weirder the frame of reference
darker
gets.
it gets.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
dark. So I'm excited to get my mind fucking blown.
That's so. Are you like a history buff?
I just know some things, but no.
No.
I guess more than the average person, but not as much as a real history buff.
Yeah, because you just taught me something. You know?
I'll show you the picture of the castle.
Sounds wild.
Well, we always want, especially as a comic, you want context. When you can contextualize anything, you can really understand why we think the way that we think.
Yeah.
And so it's when you see, like when you go to Europe and you go to like, I went to this museum in Sweden, like the National Museum, whatever, and you see all of their royal jewels and sashes. Not only do you realize like that every king was super gay, but you realize
they're blinged out.
All of Disney is based on a European idea of that because we don't have royalty here.
Yeah, I guess I've never really thought of that.
It's all like we never had a king, so where do we get all these like sashes and brooches and stuff? It's all from them.
That is wild. So some of these places are like non-English speaking places.
The secret is everybody speaks English. America's the only place that is like, we'll skip that second language.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Or they saw my specials translated, but they understand enough. You're never going to get it 100%, but everybody there, I imagine they speak English.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask, like, are you geared up for it if that's not the case?
No, I'm not Eddie Izzard. Like, I can't do this in like 8 languages.
That's why.
I'll learn like hello.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's never well received. Like, nobody ever cares that you say
like,
hello.
Yeah, she tried.
Yeah. They're like, okay, that's super easy.
So on your podcast, Ask Eliza Anything, you take questions from your viewers and give advice back. What's one thing you gave advice for you'd never imagined addressing 10 years ago?
I guess I wouldn't have had the capacity to give any answer about like a mother-in-law. And I happen to love my mother-in-law, but I don't.
That's huge. I've heard horror stories.
Because that's like from TV, like, oh, my bitch mother-in-law, but I love my mother-in-law. And so I guess stuff like that, I'd have to really think on that. That's a complex one. But I guess it's more about like learned experiences. Like 10 years ago, if you would ask me anything about a child or a baby, I'd be like, nobody cares because your kid's gross.
You actually verbatim said, I don't know what I would do with a kid.
I said that?
Yeah.
Oh, you listened to one?
Yeah.
Totally fair. That's how old was that episode?
I think I'm trying to think of how old you were at the time.
Did you listen to my podcast then, or did you go back for this and listen?
I went back for this, but
Okay,
I have
all
been
right.
listening. I am a fan.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm like that's why I can
great.
barely read. I'm so excited.
Oh my
that you're here.
gosh,
Like,
you're so sweet. That's so sweet.
I don't know how to play it cool, and I don't think
You
I
have
ever
to.
will.
No, that's not your brand. Your
I tell
brand
on
is
myself.
You're like pumped to be here. You're a good time.
I'm stoked.
You're authentic.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Your generation loves that.
I'm not put. Imagine I get off the cameras. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
I can. I think, you know what? Can I say something as someone who's older, like in comedy? I always appreciate an authentic, nice experience versus someone that's like, I was so nervous, I couldn't even, and you're just like, you can always be like nice.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten people that are like, I'm such a fan, but like I can't even look at her, and now I'm rude and weird, and I'm like, that just comes off as you don't like me.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, have I offended this young person who I didn't? And so it's weird. So
yeah,
I think you're very charming and bubbly and
Oh,
fun.
Thank you very much.
Bubbly.
I try, you know.
No, you don't. That's the thing. You
Well,
don't try.
I don't try. That's it.
If you
yeah.
tried, we would hate you.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
would be so annoying.
How do you feel? So this is something I've been doing because I find myself in these rooms with people I like adore, like yourself, and I've just kind of been telling everyone that I'm a huge fan because I
Right.
am.
Yeah.
But like, is that like a weird thing to do?
I don't think so.
Like, because I feel like a lot of people try to play it cool.
Were you gonna cry?
And these no, I
Okay,
just
first-
have that. No,
Because your eyes are so big. You got like misty eye, and I was like, do it.
No, I always have glossy eyes. I don't know what it is. I don't even smoke weed.
Shiny eyes.
I got shiny eyes.
That's great.
I don't know.
It's good ocular health.
I don't think you're like not the first person who's pointed that out.
That is
too.
so funny.
It's actually really funny.
I think when you're younger, it's a compliment. When you're older, it's like, oh, she's near death.
I'm like, oh wow, she's just glaucoma.
Yeah, they're shiny. I think Hollywood lacks a lot. I think there's genuine like fandom, and then there's like, oh my God, I'm a fan of your work. And if you are an artist and you create something and someone takes the time to say that and they mean it, I think it's always a beautiful thing, and it always puts you at ease with the person. You should never lose that. I have no problem gushing to people that I'm fans of.
Yeah, I think it's credit where credit's due.
I deserve
think.
all the credit.
You do.
I need it.
Jeez.
No, I think it's very sweet. It puts, at least as a guest, like it puts you a little bit at ease versus walking in and you're like, the worst is when someone interviewing you doesn't know who you are. And I live in those interviews and they're just reading your Wikipedia and they're like, so you have feet. And you're like, I know, I'm like born in 1983.
And you can tell too.
Oh, you can tell.
It's out of control. Like I know I'm reading off this deck, but
those are different questions.
I have a hard. I'm bad at reading, which is bad for the job.
Can I tell you one of my least favorite questions is, and you can tell like people are at like a bottom of a barrel. Like I have a body of work, I have hot takes on everything. And they'll be like, So how did you meet your husband? And I'm like, we've been married for 7 years. Like that conversation is so old. Like do you really want to hear about a dating app? Like I'm married with 2 kids. Like, we're beyond how did you guys meet?
Well, what they really want to hear about is the man of it all.
Oh, but the husband.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
And fuck him.
That's
He's not
basically
here.
What they're saying.
Yeah, basically.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, but the kid thing, that's a fair one. And I'm glad that you brought that up. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have cared 10 years ago. I'd be like, I don't want to care about your kids.
It's pretty crazy. I think like verbatim you said, yeah, I don't know what I would do with a kid. Like, I don't know.
I still don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes she comes into my bathroom and I'm just like, do you want to watch TV? Like, you can't play with the makeup. What do you want? Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. What are we supposed to do? I like that you said on your special that you're not gonna, and I don't want to give anything away, but I think it's past a month you can give away a spoiler.
But you said that you don't want to talk about your kids because it's not fair to them. It lives there forever. But then you do kind of talk about your kids for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll talk about
where do you stand on that?
Them tangentially. I will talk about an expectation society puts on us. But I understand that, like, you know, you've got a teenage daughter and she's being a real bitch and you want to do a joke about it because it's funny. But at 3 years, like, I don't want to place any judgment or any lore surrounding them because I still am grappling with the like life-altering thing of becoming a mom. Yeah. And it is actually, as much as we make fun, like it is an incredibly cool, beautiful thing. And I just want to protect that before I'm like, I'm so tired and these kids are fucking like, I don't want to put any negativity on these like shiny little souls. Yeah.
And that's what it is with comedy. Like everyone wants to hear like the shitty parts. And not that it's glorious, because like that's not funny.
Yeah, and nobody wants to hear if you are having a great time. Yeah, because that's not as fun. Yeah. And there are plenty of times where I'm never mad at the kids. Like I'm just tired or you're spread too thin. But like I'm reticent to dive in on that. And I feel like with my comedy, if I become that, then I'm not the comic that I am. Yeah, like we got to talk about something else. I don't know. Totally. But you know, call me in 10 years when she crashed my car. Then we'll we'll talk about that. Notice I said my car.
Yeah, that's right. Not your fucking husband's car.
That's right. That's right.
No, I find it fascinating because to have you say, I don't know what I would do with a baby 10 years ago, and then come on here and say that motherhood is a beautiful thing, it gives me a little bit of hope because I'm at the point where I don't think I have a motherly bone in my body.
How old are you?
26.
You shouldn't think about. I mean, and if you do, great. But like, I never thought about it. Yeah. And I didn't think about it, and we got married, and I always ended up my head. I was like, we'll do it one day. Yeah. My mother never put an expectation on me, and I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah, I think that's huge. And you're a comic. You're building your brand. You're on the road. Like, if you do want to have kids, great. You could do it, like, later. Yeah. I was busy, like, selfishly, like, building my life and career.
Yeah, I don't even date.
And it is hard to do both.
Like, it's just, it's tricky. I don't know.
It's hard. You're a touring comic. Yeah. It's fucking hard.
It is. I don't know. I had. It's very funny. I brought this up in another interview, but I had a male comic come up to me and he said, "Oh, I heard you going on the road." I was like, "Yes." He goes, "You got a lot of dates." I was like, "Yeah, I'm super pumped." He's like, "Yeah, I would just look out because I went on the road last year and now I'm divorced."
Look, male comics and female comics are a different breed.
Yeah, I guess so.
And as much as girls want to be like one of the guys, like when we tour, it's elegant. Like we're getting me and Hunter Hill, who opens for me. He's a dad. We have kids at the same age because we're home at the same time. So our schedules with our partners are the same, which is kind of gross.
It'll line things up.
But it is elegant. Like, I've definitely gone out drinking. But like, there are comics who's like, yo, you're drinking a 6-pack. We're going jet skiing. I'm like, it's a Pilates class. It's a coffee. And it's a nap. And if you need to take a break, that's okay. Yeah. And like, when you're younger, you should be like just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. But I do think I think my heart goes out to any woman who marries a male comic.
Yep. I've heard, yep. Yeah.
But you guys are not the same. You're not married, and I don't know that guy or whatever. But like, I am sure you could maintain a normal relationship and respect it and still work the road, as I did.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I
had a boyfriend in every
wrong.
city. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They go wrong with expectation. I think people get married expecting someone to become something different.
Yeah.
My husband knows every night I'm out.
Okay, this one's kind of a. You tell me if you want to answer. Looking back, is there ever been a moment that made you go, "Yeah, I made it"?
No, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
You need to do something significant. Mm-hmm. And I genuinely don't feel that I have. So,
well, that's just blasphemy.
I appreciate. There's no
a big word for you.
I don't. Oh God, I've made it. I don't know. I have to. I'm only now. If you really want to only now starting to like not rest on my laurels, but like know that like if I reach out to a brand, they'll like send me something for free.
That is sick. It's like really cool stuff.
Yeah, there's like 23-year-olds with 8 million followers getting like free Maseratis, and I'm like, ooh, coffee.
Yeah, but where's the talent?
Where's the talent?
You know?
Where's the work?
Yeah, it's just like glorified reality stars on the internet.
For sure.
You know?
I don't have an answer. I don't know yet.
I feel like that's everybody, though. You never think you actually have hit a point, and then you forget how you felt when you were in that moment of being like, wow.
I feel like men always have that. They're like, and I walked in and Eddie Murphy was like, you're funny. And I was like, oh, I made it. Like, I've done plenty of shows with bigger comics, and it's usually just like people come out into the common room, they get like a snack, they go back in their room.
Here in LA, it doesn't seem like there's much of like a hang going on. Is there?
I think it depends on the club. I think if you go to the Comedy Store on the right night, I think there's that.
Yeah.
I think there's that, but like a hang, like in terms of
outside of comedy, no.
Well, oh yeah, I mean, people have their cliques and their friends, but here's the thing. So when you live in New York, you want to do anything but be in your apartment.
Yeah.
And that is a driving force for New Yorkers. In LA, maybe you have a lawn, maybe you have a courtyard, you've got a local park, it's not too cold. So it's less about like scrambling to find somewhere we can all commune.
Oh, I guess I never really thought of that.
We have more space. It might be on fire, but we have more space.
Yeah. And you guys have to drive. We can just drink and walk.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a little different.
Yeah, it's just a little different.
Okay, so growing up, are there any specific movies that inspired your comedy?
I don't know if it inspired my stand-up as it is now, but like when I tell you Billy Madison was a Bible for me and my best friend Michelle, like to the point where like we got sweaters from Goodwill and we ripped the sleeves off and wrote Frank on the inside.
That's awesome.
Because we were like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And only recently did I show this was a mistake, 3-year-old daughter Ace Ventura. And I'm sitting with my husband and I'm just saying every line all these years later. I haven't seen it recently, and you don't realize how much these things inform, not just me, but like a nation about what was funny.
Yeah.
Your face movement, stuff like that. So off the bat, Billy Madison. And then I think a little bit later, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Like to this day, I'll still be like, okay. It may not be cool, but I say it.
Yeah, no,
and that
good.
This is not a movie, but a TV show. It's called Absolutely Fabulous. And I don't know why Gen Z has not been put back like onto this. It is everything. And it's two dysfunctional best friends. And it informed the way that I view female relationships. Like you want that one friend that will do everything fucked up with you.
Yeah.
And like you're just obsessed with each other.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
I haven't seen that. I'm going to check that out.
It's a British show. It's from the 90s. It's just fucking, it's called Absolutely Fabulous and they're fabulous. It's Patsy and Edwina.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it was ahead of its time because like the big reveal is that Patsy was like actually a man at one point. And these women were ahead of like the gay curve before.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Anyone was even talking about it.
Wow. In the 90s like that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
British, fabulous. They're always drinking Stolichnaya and Bollinger and just shopping. And it's just great.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna watch that. I think
you gotta watch it.
We're gonna see a resurgence.
You heard it here first. I'm always ahead of the curve and I never get credit for it. Started here.
So you were on season 3 of Righteous Gemstones. Mm-hmm. How do you feel that the series finale just occurred?
I didn't.
Were you a fan of the show?
I
have no thoughts.
I don't. I have no. The season finales are happening around us all the time. That whole team, Danny McBride, like all of them, they're so lovely. Mm-hmm. They're good guys. I had a great time working on the show, it's one of the only like pure comedies on TV, and they do it well. Yeah, I fucking love Edie Patterson.
Yeah, she rocks.
She's great. They're just great.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So you had a good time on that?
I did.
Because you know, sometimes it's like the cast doesn't mesh together or anything, but
no, they're all super down to earth. John Goodman was just in the tent with the rest of the cast in between. Like no one had an attitude. Edie Patterson is great, and she was so nice to me, and she did not have to be. Like, that's her show, and I always say that to her, and she's like, why do you say that? That would make me awful. It was just great. Everybody was great.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I like to hear that. That's good stuff.
It's a good vibe.
Is there a character or a bit you secretly want to do, but you're worried it won't translate the way you're intending?
Translate to who?
Up to interpretation.
I've got like lots of little like voices and characters.
I know, I like that about you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nobody's ever going to find the songs that you sing to your dog as compelling as you do. So there's that. And I've learned that. Because when I hear other people's songs, I'm like, okay, but like, is that funny?
Yeah.
And so there's that. Now I'm like completely like freezing, even though I only speak to my husband like as a character. I'd have to think on that.
Well, all right. So the next question is, when did you realize your physical comedy, voices, and gremlin characters were a signature thing?
It's not a gremlin. Whoever prepared this, it's a party goblin.
Party goblin.
I think maybe after confirmed kills. So that would have been, that's my third Netflix special. People started calling me Party Goblin. They started making Party Goblin art.
Duncan took Recognize.
Yeah, and then that was even way later. And then people started calling me Mama Goblin, which is like a fun thing to step into.
Yeah.
As you get older, that like people see you as that. And so I guess I see it now because people still make art and refer to that. And when we do meet and greet, they always want to do like the Goblin pose, even though I have not talked about her in so long.
Yeah.
So she lives with me. Like it's all part. Are your teeth shiny or do you have a tooth gem?
Oh, maybe there's something in my teeth.
No, it's just shiny.
It's just shiny.
Because I have a tooth gem and I was like, ooh, double tooth gem. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, snazzy.
And it looks like yours.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like your tooth gem.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on with
She's like, I was eating foil.
like, yeah, I was hanging out with Flavor Flav.
You should get one because it would look cool on you.
I think it would, maybe.
Yeah, you would look great with one.
I don't know. I can't pull some of those things off.
Yeah, you can do that. And you literally can't. It's baked on.
Looks great.
It's great.
I had a friend swallow theirs.
That's okay.
It is what it is. It's all good.
Compared to what we swallowed in general, like that's fine.
That's all right. And bodily fluids, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I just thought of this. So you don't show pictures of your kids online. Maybe if you wanted to, you could just Photoshop Party Goblin onto
just
your
a
kid's
goblin face.
Yeah.
The Party Goblin doesn't have. I mean, I portrayed her once, but like everybody has their own Party Goblin. So it would be like putting a face on God. You'd be like, is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Like it's up for like Jesus, like it's up for interpretation. Or you can give them like bat faces and they're just hideous.
Yeah, I just like some kind of like a character in themselves. So
I think it would belie the intention of the post. I'm like, Happy Mother's Day, like
yeah.
I don't know.
You were the first and only woman to win Last Comic Standing. How do you think the comedy scene has changed since 2008?
Oh my God. Well, it's all online.
Yeah.
I mean, since
do you
2008,
like that or not?
I wish that we had the internet in the way that we do now when I started. Because when I started, like people were still figuring out, we hadn't even begun to monetize online content. You know, this was like in the Funny or Die like heyday. What I love about the fact that it's all online, it's not so much that you live and die by your merit, it's that there's less gatekeepers. So it is not, you have a great set. This predates me, but like Johnny Carson doesn't have to wave you over.
Yeah.
A late night show doesn't have to have you on, and then that's the thing. Even Netflix, they don't have to be kingmakers anymore. Like you can just have a special, like Matt Rife, for example, right? And it just blows up. And so there is that risk. Like show business is always about a risk. Like you can make 1 billion videos and none hit. You could do one, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And so I think there's that. There's just more avenues and more people that can see your comedy. I mean, in 2008, it was just like work the road. I mean, now I see people who just started that have like a full tour schedule.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's for better or for worse. And there's no point in judging it because it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah. I don't love the stigma that goes behind how I got into all this.
How did you get into all this?
I was on and off for 5 years, and then I went full time last year. Witty Comics took me on the road with her, and then now I'm touring, and it all happened very, very fast. And I have a TikTok stigma against it, but I don't post clips.
Did people find you on TikTok?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is something that you can reconcile. I think honestly, the truth is, it's not about what gets you there. It's about if you can stay there.
Yeah.
Like that's just at the end of the day. Like we'll call you in 5 years, and if you're still rising, then you win.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be plenty of people that get a video or a hit, or they're like, I'm the pony girl or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it plateaus because, like you said, like whatever, like there's got to be like a voice behind it. Like, where's the work? Where's the art?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't matter. Or you fucking go viral and you make $30 million and you don't owe anybody anything. Like, it is the Wild West.
It truly is.
It's like its own thing that is constantly changing in real time and that we're always grappling with. Like podcasting was seen as like so lame, and then it's like, just kidding.
Just kidding. You actually need it, and you need to promote it more.
YouTube used to be like, who cares about YouTube? And then YouTube went like this, and then I was like, who cares? And then it's like, now we're back with a vengeance. Get your YouTube channel, get that SEO right. And so
I'd say, like you pointed out, millennials, you guys had us on Vine. You were standing, you were doing it.
That was TikTok before it was TikTok.
It really was, and I think you guys are the reason that we lost our train of focus.
You could blame us, or you could blame yourself and your
blame
addictive
myself.
personalities.
Who's an up-and-coming comic that you think is going to be huge?
Oh, you know what? I will take a second to plug this, actually. I produce these mini comedy specials.
Oh, no shit.
It's called Elizas Locals. So we did season 1, and that's on Hulu, and we just shot season 2 for Amazon.
Hell yeah.
And so I picked
How was it switching networks like that? Is that all right?
Easy for me.
No worries. All right.
I think at a certain level, like everybody, the door's open wherever you want to go. Like no one is like it's not personal.
Yeah.
You know. And I think with Amazon, you get access to a different audience, a different vibe, and they're super supportive of this special. But I picked, I want to say it's 12 comics that are, some of them are my age, but like up and coming or newer, and so they each do 10 minutes. And we shoot those. So I just got done. We're done with the post for that.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's awesome.
So watch season 2, and I stand by those guys that are on that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So how did you scout them?
I worked with Emily LaFord, who used to be the booker of the Comedy Store.
Oh, yeah.
And she and I just kind of went through. She's like, here's some people I like, and then I looked at people that for me, it's also like, who do I see? I'm out there almost every night, so like, who do I see? And who do I, when I ask other comics, like, and then I have to watch it, which is the hardest part, is sitting there and like watching it. But like, you can tell. Like, even if the joke doesn't hit that night, like, you can tell who's got something.
100%.
And so, this is not to say that those are the only ones, but I like those people, and they were able to tape that night, and I'm proud of that.
And so it was a one night thing, because like so this is a showcase. Technically?
No, I mean, they're 10-minute specials, but it is a showcase in that, like, now you have a beautiful piece of tape, and it's called The World Can See It.
Okay, yeah.
And you didn't have to produce it yourself.
That's really cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you do stand up for a while, it's all about you, and it has to be, right? Like, you're not looking to find another Grace that's just like you, and like you're building your thing.
It would kill
me. It would be awful.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, you get old enough to where you're just like, I would like to make it a little bit easier. Nobody ever helped me, and nobody ever gave me the time of day, and it was always like, oh, like, you're a headliner, like, you don't need anything, you're not one of the cool kids, you didn't write, like, I never in an aggressive way, but I always just felt so alone.
Yeah.
And I never had anyone to do anything, and I was just like, wouldn't that be nice if like I could just be a part of them getting some attention?
And I love that you didn't forget that, though.
Yeah.
Because some people, like, they blow up and they forget how hard it was to make it in the first place.
I'm still making it. I'm still realizing how hard it is.
Come on now.
I'm just in it. I'm in that mud. That's how Joan Rivers felt too. Like, you always feel like you're in it.
Yeah, somebody told me recently, it's like, why can't you sometimes you just need to enjoy what you're doing right now and not look to the next thing.
Oh, is that like a Zen master?
It's like, what?
Is that person super centered who told you that?
They are. They actually are.
I hate that, and I'll tell you why. Because they're always saying that as if they don't do that, and who are you to critique the way that I'm enjoying whatever I'm enjoying?
Yeah.
Like, if you see me and I'm like hustling and I'm wanting something and I'm talking about things, that doesn't mean that I didn't really enjoy my coffee this morning.
Yeah.
Or my 20 minutes with my kids, or the time, like, just because you don't see me doing something doesn't mean it's not happening.
That's true.
It's such like lame live, laugh, love, like armchair psychology, Sunday morning quarterback advice. Like, you just need to enjoy it. Or like, I would be enjoying it more if you stopped telling me to enjoy it.
That's true too. I could be swayed either way all the time.
And that's a good thing.
Because when they told me that, I was like, yeah, you're right. And now you're saying this. I'm like, no, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? What's awful is going out of your way to enjoy something.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to live in this moment and enjoy this filtered water.
I can't.
It doesn't work like that.
I did shows in Tampa, and I brought my sister down, and we were having like a little sister getaway, and I got like an Airbnb with a pool, and the whole time we were around the pool, I'm like, I don't like sitting.
That's because you had sets. You had sets that night.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, I can't enjoy this.
It is almost impossible to fully relax knowing you have work that night.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. If you on a vacation, which you would never take,
yeah,
that's different. But like, especially as it gets closer, like around 3 o'clock, I'm like, all right, spa day's over. We're shutting it down.
It's a lot different than like the inevitable like waitressing job I had to go to, compared to like, no, guys, I can't have a beer. I have to perform.
That's
like,
right.
It's like, it's not actually vacation, but
No.
like you're in a vacation setting.
People don't get that.
It's a weird headspace. My sister's like, you can't just like sit down and enjoy this. I'm like, not really.
Not really. I have
really.
work tonight, and she won't get that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You have like to go do the best, coolest, scariest, weirdest thing later, and you gotta be on your game.
Yeah.
And no, this is not a vacation for me. I paid for it, but it's not a vacation.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
you
like-
doing that to her? Different sister. Okay.
Different sister. An 18-year-old. She truly doesn't get anything yet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
She's also the sister that she proclaims herself to be unfunny. I hate when people say that. Like, oh, I'm not funny.
Oh, you only ever hear women say that, by the way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You'll never hear a man be like, unless it's like your like insurance broker, be like, no, I'm not funny. It's always women that are like, I'm not funny.
I'm like a finance bro, like, I don't know, dude, I'm not funny.
You're like, no, but I can still get people to laugh at you when I make fun of you later.
Yeah.
Here at the Tampa Improv, wherever you were. Is that still there? Is that where you were? Or
I
were you
was
at a theater?
at Side Splitters.
Okay. Ybor City. Is that where it is? Or is it in Tampa proper?
Ybor City sounds about right.
Wild roosters, you see the chickens?
Yeah, we did see chickens.
What's up with that?
It was crazy.
I bring it
by
up
the
every
water.
time I play Tampa.
It was so nuts.
It's great. You can't touch them.
You can't, no?
They're federally protected.
Oh.
No, that's not true. But it is weird to see them.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
Happened to me or that I've been a part of. And I think the question is more like just in general.
I guess where my head was at was like, has anyone ever bum rushed you?
No, that would be awful.
Yeah.
Don't get any ideas. This was so long ago. I must have been like 29 or something. Somebody was a guy and a girl. It was a small club.
Mm-hmm.
She was crying in the front row the whole show for like 45 minutes out of the 60.
Out of pure joy or?
Nope.
No.
Crying and the husband's just watching the show. And I am trying to like be focused and you're just hearing in the corner of your ear like,
Oh my
like
God.
I'm trying to like bring joy. And he never thought like, let me take her out. Let me address this. I think and then I found out later they had like flown to like Minneapolis to see me. And I guess she had like, it was her medication mixed with alcohol. The cops, like she like got in a fight. Like just, that was a weird thing to reckon with. I've had someone shit the seat they were in.
Oh.
I didn't know about it, but someone told me after. I've had a fight start. I've had a fight
Fight's
break
crazy.
out. And I've had like someone rush across the stage to jump onto the guy. I've started a fight. I have dumped fries in people's laps. Like when I was your age, this guy was being super disrespectful. And like, I guess my Boston comes out and he was on his phone and he was being such a dick and I dumped a drink on him, which you could never do now. You get sued and I dumped
You
like
get
fries.
sued, you get it viral.
I was just
It's
like, what the fuck is, like I'm trying to like get
I
off your
love
phone.
that, though.
Oh, I would go red so quickly. So that's cool.
I had the closest thing to that I've had so far is some guy was saying some shit about like my personal life and just I got so mad at him, I dropped the microphone and was like, "Are you serious right now? You want to do that right now?"
my God.
And I was like, "Oh my God, I want to pick the microphone up and continue."
Was he in the front?
He was in the front.
Here's the thing. You can always remember, even though I just told you that I dumped fries in someone's laps.
I thought I could share that
You have
story
the louder
because of
piece of
that.
equipment.
Yeah.
You have the microphone. I will you talk over that person until the audience turns on them.
Yeah.
You just talk right. I get super close and I just get so loud that they get drowned out and then they sound stupid for trying. Because you can always steamroll them. Never forget that you are louder.
And like that's just like a smarter way of going about it. Because what they want is you to dump the
That
drink.
guy didn't, but that guy did want it. He wanted to get to you.
Yeah.
Or it's funny, my security will always be like, at the venue, they'll be like, so what's the code word? You know, if someone's doing something. I'm like, the code word is get this fucking idiot out of my audience. Like, I don't need to be like, Diet Pepsi. Like,
I know.
I have no problem throwing you out.
I find that really funny. Like some people are using code words.
Yeah, I'm not Beyonce. Like, we don't need to like keep this polished performance
"Hello."
going. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So never forget that you're in charge.
Yeah, that's what I say to them too. I'm like, I can pretty much handle them because I like drunk girls. Like,
Oh,
that's mainly
Those are the loudest ones.
Yeah, but they say nice things, so I'm like, I don't want to get them getting thrown out. I just have to give them a talking to.
Well, there's a line. There's a line between like I'm drunk and I'm having fun with this, and then it's like now I tend to worry not about the person, but about them disrupting the people around them who
Yeah.
bought that ticket. I will tell you, if we have time for this, a few weeks ago, I too was in Florida, and I'm on stage. This is my second show of the night. We were in Tampa, and I was dead on my feet. I was so tired, and it was great that we're doing the second show, but I was just like, just bone tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like 45 minutes in, and a woman raises her hand, and I was like, this is really a monologue that people pay to see. This is not a dialogue. She raised her hand, and I was like, sure.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I was like, yeah, let's eat up some time with crowd work. And she just goes, have you found that since you become a mom, you don't know how to dance anymore?
What the fuck?
No. Because I had talked about this at home, and I was like, were you in LA? Did you see that? She goes, no, I'm just wondering. And it gave me this idea, and I was like, does anyone else feel this way? And all these moms raised their hand, and I
shit.
am not this because I'm not like a comic working a cruise ship, but I was like, why don't we get all the moms up here who don't know if they can dance anymore? The DJ started playing something. I invite all these women.
Oh, no
We make a
shit.
Soul Train line, and they, with their like mom moves, danced. And I was like, great, this will eat up 15 minutes where I don't have to talk. And I was so grateful for it, and it gave me an idea. And so I'm doing a show for Mother's Day weekend at the Brea Improv during brunch. It's called A Brunch of Moms.
Oh, I love
And
this.
it's like a raucous, like, come show off how bad you dance. What's the worst thing you've said to your kid? Like, good time.
Oh, that's
We're gonna have
great.
Jello shots.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So shout out to whoever raised their hand that random night in Tampa.
because to me, I'd be like that because I can't relate.
Right.
You really get you lost your ability to dance. Do you
It's just
relate
not,
to
the
that?
beat's not like I always thought I was a pretty good dancer, and then it's like now it's just like a lot of like arms.
Like, oh,
And
yeah.
it's that me espresso. Just like it's just not look like this isn't cool. Like it's just like I know I can use my hips because I made 2 children, but like it's just not cool anymore.
Yeah, well,
It's not cool anymore.
well, you lose your rhythm,
I lost my rhythm. I got to get it back.
and you will
I'm gonna get Tay Diggs
at Mother's Day brunch.
at Bray Improv. This probably will come out past that, but
I love that though. I think that's great.
should come.
And like a great thing that came out of it.
we got free champagne and Jello shots.
Fuck, I might just have to be there.
I will save you a seat.
I'll bring a kid. I'll find one.
Find a kid.
I'll find a kid.
You're like, I'll have a kid real quick.
Don't worry, I'll find a kid.
Yeah.
In this fucking city, I'll find a kid.
Find a kid.
We call this segment Disgraceful Receipts.
I love it.
And I pull things from the internet that you've posted, and you just give a little explanation. How about that?
Whoa, this show has production.
It's not much of a. It's not a gotcha, but it's.
Whoa,
it
this is
good.
not a live scroll. This is like someone did this.
Oh, this is supposed to be like the 70s.
No, I got it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I get it.
Explain this.
I think that's a face mask. That's one of those, like Korean face masks. I don't know why it has like a fake carrot nose. I think that's definitely a
Maybe it's
hotel.
like a snowman.
Maybe that's a snowman, but the mouth is. But the green, I don't know. But it's definitely a hotel because you can tell by the curtains.
This is what you do in the off time.
I may have been on an Ambien. If you tell me the date, because that may have been. We shot a movie in Boston, and I had all these free nights, and I was like, I'm gonna take an Ambien.
Now, what's the feeling Ambien gives you? Sleepy, tired, or
You ever taken an Ambien?
no?
I will take one once a year if I just got back from Australia, so I took one the night I got back. I shouldn't take. You know what? This is bad. This is bad. It makes you go to sleep, but if you can stay up just a little bit, like you start to feel sleep, stay up. It's blissful. Do not have access. We've all seen what happens when like Roseanne has access to her phone on Ambien. Do not go on the internet.
No.
But you can
You do a
text your
FaceTime
friend. Oh, I have made plans, like, and not like irresponsible, but you just feel so good. You're just walking around your house, and you're just like, "This is. I wish I could do this all the time. Let's plan a brunch." I advise if you have access to that, and you can do it responsibly.
Ambien.
Yeah. We shot a movie in Alabama. I loved the hair, makeup, and outfit, and I played a bad guy.
Ooh.
And I got to shoot a gun, and I had to cock it and shoot it with one hand. And it was so hard. Like a large like firearm. In movies, it's always just like, yeah. You need like a grip strength. Like it was
So
hard.
you're shooting real guns.
It was a gun. It was shooting a blank, but it was still it takes a lot of muscle.
Oh,
I remember
shit.
like in the moment trying to look cool, but you're just like, they cut out a lot of that movie. But
You look fantastic. And then
I did.
this is like a posse of people getting you ready. That's fucking sick.
yeah, they were great.
That's not
We had to
too
do it very
shabby.
quickly. That's my dad's wedding to my stepmom, and that's me. I was just
Thumbs
like,
up.
just so I'm cool with my parents getting divorced.
Have you noticed like your daughter look like you at all in any pictures?
In moments, but it's
Yeah.
I think she looks like my husband, but yeah, in
Oh,
moments.
really?
Yeah. I remember I wore leggings under my dress because I was in the 2nd grade. I was like, oh, I might have to like climb a tree or do something, so I need to be ready. And
Yeah.
I made my mom let me wear pants under it.
That's awesome.
That's obviously Boston.
Yeah, no, of course.
And that is a shirt a fan made me of one of my jokes from Elder Millennial about being a gazelle.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But I bought those oven mitts because I thought they were so funny. And I gave them to my chef husband, and he was just like, what do I do with these? I don't want these.
That is the best thing you could have ever done is marry a chef, by the way.
It worked out.
I like what you're doing here.
And not one of the crazy ones that like does drugs and like only makes eggs at home. Like he actually makes everything.
You know, he's a chef.
He's like a normal person. Yeah. That's the party goblin. That
This is what I think your kids should be
That's
dressed
fair.
as, yeah.
That's fair. It's a little aggrandizing to be like, you guys should dress up like this. We shot a TV show called Forever 31 when ABC went digital. So it was called ABCD, and I thought it was so cute. And it was called Forever 31, and I did a whole episode about the party goblin, and that was me as her.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So that's her, I guess. Yeah. You guys got a color printer and everything.
Yeah, we don't fuck around.
It's some show called Access Live, but Nick Lachey was on it. And for a millennial, like to be like, oh my God, like Nick Lachey's here. And I'd be like, I miss you and Jessica. He was so sweet, but I made that face because my manager and I, when I do press for stuff, like we have this joke and there's a picture of me on every set, every Today Show, every late night. I do that face and she takes it.
That's awesome.
So it's like for our chat. He was so good looking.
Oh my God, he's so handsome.
He's so nice. Oh, that's the gazelle joke. This is all like around elder millennial. I think someone had given me, oh, that's right. My friend owned this brand called Carbon 38 and they sent me a bunch of athleisure.
Oh, hell yeah.
So this is me showing her that I received the package. People get my name tattooed on them.
Does that blow your mind?
Yeah, that's actually something, it's like a weird reminder that like, this art is being taken seriously. Like it is stand-up comedy, but like, it's not like, and I'm changing lives, but like, that's a serious thing to
changing body format.
I mean, yeah. And look, Massachusetts, that's their name, right?
Yeah, you big with our guys.
It's humbling.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I do a lot of that's just my backyard. I do a lot of
you got like the ET phone home backyard.
And this is all my artillery. Like this is all stuff that I have. Yeah, I've got that hyperbaric scientist tent.
Yeah.
That is at something called a FOB, which means forward operating base in Afghanistan. So a FOB is like a camp that gets set up miles from your base, like in case you're out in they're out in the field. So it's a small base away from the base.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of shows for the USO.
Oh, no shit.
This Christmas we went to Okinawa, but that one is a chairman's tour. That's that one, it's Afghanistan. And I've gotten to go to like Iraq and places like that with they bring a group of people. And so whenever they ask, I go, if I can go. And so I tried on, it was a girl. I think she was from Venezuela, but she was she was a soldier in our army. And she was smaller than me. And that's the gear she has to carry.
Holy shit. I thought you had to wear this while you were there.
No, sometimes you put on a whatever, but no. And I put it on and I started to tear up because it is so backbreakingly heavy.
Yeah.
Because she's got to take that gun. See, it's got little legs. So she's got to go set up that gun for someone. I don't know if she's, but like that's her job. And I even have goosebumps now because it being mandated that you have to carry that and run in the heat. It's just so much to ask of a person, and these men and women do it just so willingly, and it's their honor, and they don't want anything for it. And so I just tried it on, and it was at least 70 pounds.
That's fucking crazy.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was my greatest sacrifice.
How do you get involved with that? You just get asked?
They ask, and if you have a rep and it's something you want to do, you should reach out to them because they're always looking for people that would like fit in. But if you could do a chairman's tour, you go with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, you get on like an Air Force 2 or something, and you go and you visit, you're on his schedule, but you're visiting the troops in places that you would never get to go to otherwise.
That's wild.
Like Kyrgyzstan. Yeah.
Wow.
I love doing it.
I think that's the only time my dad would respect me. And that was the last one.
They wrote my parents a note, and they were like, thank for your daughter for being such a patriot. And like sent them to my parents like I'm a child. They each got one.
It was a pleasure to have on combat.
Yeah. A- for paying attention. But yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Grace.
I really appreciate you coming on here, and I hope I wasn't too fucking weird for you.
You're delightful.
Would you like to promo anything?
When does this come out?
Beautiful camera. 3 weeks.
Yeah, if this is in 2 or 3 weeks, you can always come see me in Estonia. You can see me on my Europe tour, but we also have very normal dates for Eliza Live. So we're coming to your state probably this fall, and you can listen to my podcast, Ask Eliza Anything, where you have them.
And
and watch my special.
And I always ask everybody, what is your walkout song?
My walkout song that I use when I'm on tour, On the Luna by Foles.
Hell yeah.
Should I get up?
Yeah. Thank you.